On the morning of the 9th of January, Oyub Titiev, a prominent rights advocate in Chechnya, missed a meeting with a friend and wouldn't answer the phone. In Russia's Chechen Republic, where lawlessness is the norm and human rights don't seem to exist, Titiev's friend had every reason to worry. Oyub is Chechnya director of Memorial, a leading Russian rights group. In recent years, he's received many threats and ultimatums from local authorities to quit his work, but he wouldn't give in. Oyub's friend eventually drove to Oyub's village of Korchaloi. Approaching the village, he saw Oyub on the road, his car surrounded by police officers. Oyub signalled to him to drive on. After a while, his friend went to the Korchaloi police station and saw Oyub's car in the yard. He then contacted Oyub's colleagues. For several hours, Chechen authorities denied they had Oyub in their custody and wouldn't let Memorial's lawyer see him. His family, friends and colleagues were growing desperate. 18 years ago, as the war in Chechnya raged, Oyub, then a school teacher, met a courageous woman named Natalia Estemirova. Natalia, who was also a teacher, had quit her job to join Memorial, where she documented and investigated indiscriminate bombings, horrific mop-up operations, killings, and the disappearances of thousands of civilians. Inspired by Natalia, Oyub joined Memorial. During the war, their work was difficult and dangerous. However, the end of military operations did not ease the risks for human rights defenders. Ramzan Kadyrov, Chechnya's brutal leader, backed by the Kremlin, eradicates any form of dissent. Security officials under his control kidnap, torture and kill with impunity. In 2009, 4 armed men abducted Natalia Estemirova near her home in Grozny, Chechnya's capital. Her body was found hours later in a wooded area with multiple gunshot wounds. There was no effective investigation, and her colleagues and friends are certain that the real killers remain free, protected by their close ties to the state. About 8 hours after Oyub's actual detention, Chechen officials admitted he was in their custody. The police falsely claimed that they had found 180 grams of marijuana in Oyub's car. Framing people for drugs is a common tactic used by the Chechen authorities to lock up their critics and discredit them in the eyes of a conservative local society. Police pressured Oyub to plead guilty by threatening his family. They came to his house looking for his brother and son, chased his female relatives away, locked the door and took the keys. But Oyub did not give in. Russian and international human rights groups are campaigning for Oyub's release. Frontline Defenders, Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International view Oyub's arrest as a brazen attempt to finally push Memorial out of Chechnya.